We're going to start Unit 5 today, and it begins on page 177 in your activity book, but I'm actually going to flip to page 179 to start. So this is starting with units of length, and we're going to talk about the metric system. So we use inches and feet. Those are the American measurement system, but the metric system is what they use in Europe and other places in the world. You might ask why we're going to learn about it if we don't use it. Well, we do use it, and it's a super easy measurement system to use because it's the power of 10. So let me show you what that means. So if we start with the meter is the unit of length. So a meter is about a yard, which is kind of the width of your door. So if you look at your door in your room that you're in right now, it's about a meter. Okay? Now, we're going to build on meters, and we're going to use prefixes. So prefixes, you'll remember, are the parts of a word that we add to the beginning. So if you'll notice, the next unit of measurement is called a decimeter. So the prefix is deci, and the unit is meter. Okay, and a decimeter means tenth. It's like the tenths place. If this were a decimal, this would be the tenths place. That means it's smaller, right? Which means 10 decimeters go in 1 meter. Then we've got a centimeter. Centi is the prefix. And centi reminds me of 100, okay? And, or a century, which is 100 years. And so the centimeter is 10 times the decimeter, which is 100 times the meter. 100 centimeters equal a meter, and 10 centimeters equal a decimeter. Then we've got millimeter. Milli is the next prefix, and you can see that it's 10 times smaller than a centimeter. So when you look at this, I have this little sheet that helps us. So if we're doing meters, we're going to multiply the meter times 10 to get decimeter, because 10 decimeters are in a meter. And then we're going to multiply that times 10 to get centi. And we're going to multiply that times 10 to get the milli. Okay, because these are all times 10. Do you see why it's easy? So we have this little saying that will help us remember the prefixes. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. So let's talk about what's happening on the bigger side. So we have our meter again, and now we're going to go up. So these are going to be bigger. So 10 meters equals a decameter. 10 decameters equals a hectometer, and 10 hectometers equals a kilometer. Or 10 times 10 times 10 meters is a kilometer. So 1,000 meters. So you do see down here, it kind of helps you. But if you look at this visual overall, I'm sorry, I can't zoom out. I have to move my iPad even further away. There we go. So you can see that when we're going this way, we're going to multiply by 10. Okay, and when we're converting this way, we're actually going to divide by 10. So this is when we're talking about changing from one unit to another. So I want you to jot this down. This is going to be an Otis in your lesson, if you happen to be able to print it, but you can write it down really easily. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk, and that will help you remember kilo, hecto, deca, and then whatever your unit is, if it's meters, liters, or grams, we're just talking about meters right now, and then deca, centa, and milli. Okay? Or, I'm sorry, deca, deci. Deci is on this side. Okay. So we just have to remember that we have these side. This side is smaller, which makes sense because this is kind of like the decimal side, right? And then this side is larger. But everything is one step. Every jump you take is a 10. Okay? So let's think about these things. What words do you know that help you remember what the prefixes mean in the metric system? Okay, so that's where we're talking about like a deci is like kind of like a dime, right? A dime is 10. Centi is 100. So what else do you know that can help you remember these? Write down anything that you know that can help you remember the prefixes. Or maybe you're going to say, I'm going to remember this rhyme. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking or unusually drinking chocolate milk. How do the lengths of the different units relate to each other? So that's where you want to see that everyone jumps by 10. Okay. So let's answer this question. How